Hi.
Hi.
Hi. It's nice to see you out.
Yeah, first time that I remember. I guess that's what they mean by small world.
I was just leaving.
Really? You look like you were settled in.
No, I'm done. It's a fine booth. It's good to see both of you.
John, actually, can you stay? I really need to talk to you. If I'm going to put Todd Manning away for what he did to Marty, I'm really going to need your help.
Hey, there's someone else here to see you. I'll be right outside, Mrs. Davidson.
I don't want to hear what you think about what I did to Marty.
Fine. How about I tell you what I think about what you did to my daughters?
They're not screaming. I'm assuming this is only temporary. What are you thinking about?
Thinking of how close we came to losing everything that matters to us. I mean, each other. Jessica. Oh my God, that poor little baby. Look at her, Jared. She's so helpless. My family is really messed up right now. But when I look at Chloe, I see hope.
Did you just say that hope is dead because of you?
Yes. A different doctor, a better person could have saved her.
Oh my God.
I am so very sorry.
How are you feeling today, Jessica?
Well, I skipped basket weaving class and came straight to you.
You have a sense of humor about your stay here?
No, not at all. I want my kids back.
I can imagine.
I've missed the past 4 months of Bree's life. I have barely held my new baby.
I'm sorry.
I need to put this recovery of mine on fast forward. Help me.
Saying you are sorry is not going to bring Star's baby back.
No, it's not. And I take full responsibility for your loss. You all deserve to know exactly how this tragedy came to happen. The coroner's report indicates that Hope died of RH disease.
RH? How is that possible? RH is detectable and treatable.
You're absolutely right. It is. But I made a wrong assumption, and Star's baby paid the price.
A wrong assumption? What kind of explanation is that?
Dr. Joplin, are you sure about
Yes, I am.
What is RH?
In some cases, a small amount of baby's blood can escape the placenta and enter the mother's circulation. If the mother is Rh negative and the baby is Rh positive, as was the case here, the mother's body will produce antibodies to fight the antigens of the baby's red blood cells.
Michael, what does that mean?
It means that the mother's blood doesn't mix with the baby's blood and in extreme circumstances causes death.
It is an extremely, extremely rare occurrence.
Even Even a first-year resident should be able to detect RH in a prenatal blood screening. Why didn't you?
I just thought... No. I don't know what I was thinking.
I feel this huge anxiety inside of me almost 24/7.
About Tess?
More about what she's able to do when she pushes me out of the way.
Okay. So we have to get you to a point where you won't allow her to push you away.
You think? I'm sorry. It's so frustrating. I'm so frustrated. Tess was out for most of my pregnancy, and she's so out of control. I mean, you know what she did to my sister and her boyfriend. She barely went to any doctor visits. I mean, she gave birth alone. Chloe could have died. I could have died.
Yes, but you and your child are fine now.
How can you say that? I might never be able to be a real mother to them.
Well, that's why you have me. My goal is to help you feel better so you can go home to your children. But for that to happen, we have to get you successfully integrated.
Because that worked so well the first time.
Why do you think Tess came back?
Because I let her.
No. Your husband died. Look at me, Jessica. It was a horrible, senseless accident, and you were a witness to it.
I don't talk about that.
Why not?
Because it makes me angry.
With?
Natalie and Jared.
You blame them?
Yes.
Anger is a very powerful emotion. You have to learn to feel your anger in a way that allows you to move past it, so Jessica won't rely on Tess anymore.
And if I can't?
You knew that Jessica was Tess, didn't you?
Yes.
So you lied to me. You saw how upset I was. You knew I didn't know where Natalie was and that something was terribly wrong with Jessica, and you just did nothing.
I didn't want to lie.
But you did. I asked you flat out if you thought Tess had returned, and you lied.
I didn't think I could help you find her. I didn't know where she was.
That's your excuse?
Vicky, I did what I thought I had to do.
The thing is, I believed you. I mean, come on. I'm your sister. Jessica and Natalie, they're your nieces. You make such a big show about how important family is to you, and yet you showed no regard for mine.
Bree was safe.
No one was safe in that house because you were there.
You're right. Every choice I made was the wrong choice. And every wrong choice drove the one person I cared about the most further and further away from me.
And I'm going to need all your case files on Todd.
Well, I can get you my personal notes, but I have no access to any of the official ones at the station anymore.
Oh, that's okay. I'll ask Bill. I'm sure he'll cooperate. And I'm sure they're probably very full, seeing as you suspected the truth for as long as you did. Oh, also, I'm really going to need you to testify, okay? I've already subpoenaed the bodyguards of Todd.
You know, I'll do whatever you need, Nora.
Great. Thank you. I wish I could get my hands on Jenna Kendrick. She was part of Todd's plan from the very beginning.
Millie Ramsey hired her, and Todd kept her on. I trusted her, too.
Well, how are you supposed to know that he paid her to be your confidant?
Yeah, well, she earned it. I told her everything.
Was anyone else there? Did you see anyone else at Todd's house besides the bodyguards and Janet?
Yes. Todd's niece, Jessica, the one he called Tess, and her daughter, Bree.
So Manny knew what was going on with Jessica, and Tess knew what was going on with you.
Oh, my God.
What?
Oh, this is gonna kill Vicky.
The person you cared about the most? What about my daughters? Their lives, Todd, were at stake, and you did nothing.
Vicky, I swear I didn't know what Tess was doing to me.
You know what? You sound as stupid as Tina. Somebody else who risked my children's lives for her own needs.
I had known it was going so far.
Did you make any effort to find out? This indifference to what was happening to Natalie and Jared, what would you call it? Benign neglect?
You know, I told Tess, I said, don't do anything stupid.
Oh, did you? Tess is not a real person. And you know that. You cannot reason with her.
It was complicated.
You know, Bo told me that John McBain, when he was at your house, he saw Tess. He thought that Jessica was Tess, and that you knew it. I told you that, didn't I? And I didn't want to believe him. I said, no, no, no. Even Todd is not capable of that. I stood up for you, and my loyalty to you almost cost my children their lives.
Now, Jessica's back, isn't she? Natalie's fine.
So what, you think this is all just over for them, huh?
I think they're both going to be fine.
What about Marty? Is she going to be fine
We're not
after what you
talking
did
about
to
Marty.
her? Yes, we are talking about Marty. Because Marty's the reason you did all this. You used my daughter's illness, Jessica's illness, to keep your secret about Marty. Tess was at your house and she saw Marty, didn't she? So you made a deal with her. Her silence for your silence.
I didn't think I had a choice.
Jessica was sick. She needed help.
If I could change it, I would.
No, you wouldn't. You would do the exact same thing as long as it suited your needs. Todd, you know, I have loved you when nobody else would. I've forgiven you your worst possible sin. How could you do this to my
I was in
children?
love with her. She was everything to me. She was all I could see. All that mattered to me. And I would have done anything not to lose her.
So, tell me about Bess.
Well, I can't tell you much. I was surprised to find out about her as you were.
You never knew of this altar's existence before now?
Never. You know, if Tess came out to act on my anger towards Natalie and Jared, then why did I create Bess? You know, why does she exist?
I hope your medical malpractice insurance is paid up because you're going to need it. This woman who calls herself a doctor is responsible for the death of your grandchild.
No! I'm the one with negative blood. It was my fault.
Sweetheart, no, it is not your fault, okay? This is not your fault. Star, you did absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing at all about the way you took care of yourself during your pregnancy had anything at all to do with why your baby died. I am completely at fault.
And what are you looking for? Absolution? Well, you're not going to get it from us. Look at what you have done to these people.
Lauren, please, let's just get... Dr. Joplin, isn't it very rare for the first Rh-positive baby of an Rh-negative mother to be affected by Rhesus disease?
It almost never happens. Often not until the third. That's why I didn't propose the anti-RHD injections when Star reached her 28th week. I just assumed...
But are you sure that you're right about this diagnosis? Or, doctor, is this yet another one of your mistakes?
Jared, how in the world did Tess give birth to Chloe alone?
I don't know if we'll ever know that, but she did. And, well, physically, they're both okay.
Are you ever going to be able to look at Jess and not see Tess?
Hope so, but I'm not optimistic.
You know, I've been through this before. And I'll tell you, when she's herself, I mean really herself, she is so much Jessica that you just forget about Tess. But after what she did to us, what Tess did to us.
Kind of sticks with you, doesn't it?
And Jess has not forgiven us for what happened to Nash, which means that Tess could come back. I don't know, I wish there was something that we could do to maybe make up for the things we started before Nash died.
Something that would get Jessica to forgive us.
I think we can start by helping to take care of this little baby.
I've spoken to your mother at length about Bess and about how she seems to be your version of your mother's gatekeeper personality, Jean Randolph.
Yeah, the fixer.
Bess seems emotionally detached. She doesn't harbor anger or resentment. She doesn't want to be in control unless she deems that her control would be helpful.
She cleans up after Tess's messes.
And it appears so, yes.
But there's been messes before this one. So why hasn't she done this before?
You don't know that, Jessica. Bess isn't a fame seeker like Tess is. She isn't looking to be noticed.
Well, she's been noticed now. So, what do we do about her? I mean, how do we find out what she wants?
We ask her.
Todd told me Tess was Jessica's nickname. There was not one thing that man didn't lie about. She's obviously very sick, and he did nothing to help her.
Yeah, they both have secrets they use to keep one another quiet.
This is just... Do you both really believe he would have gone through with it stealing his own granddaughter?
I know he was in the hospital when Star was in labor.
And if the poor baby hadn't died...
Is there nothing he won't do or say to get his own way?
You love Marty Saybrook? What are you, delusional?
Not about this, no.
Then you're lying.
I'm not lying. That's the only truth I have left. I fell in love with her, and she's in love with me.
Stop!
I love her.
No! You raped her!
Do you think I need you to remind me of that? I don't. What a joke, huh? Same mark, same spot, same crime.
You can admit that it was a crime and still pretend to call it love?
She didn't care how I used to be.
Because you lied to her, Tom.
No, because she looked at me and she saw who I could be.
No, it was a lie.
Not to her, it wasn't.
Do you hear yourself?
Yes, I do. This didn't just happen, Vicky. Look, same cut, same place as the scar that branded me before. You remember, it reminded everyone of who I was, and now it's back. But I'm afraid the branding went a little deeper this time.
Do you have any conception of the chaos and pain you've caused everybody you know?
Sure, I hurt everyone I care about. Should sound very familiar to you.
Victor did not do this. You did it. And you have nobody to blame but yourself.
I'm sorry, I have to take this. Are you going to be okay?
I think I'll be okay.
All right. Yes, Hannah. What?
Everyone treats me like I could break.
A lot of people care about you.
Like you didn't give up. I guess that's all that matters.
Sarah. Hi, I'm sorry. A little change of plans. I have to go to the hospital and negotiate with the doctors for Todd's release so I can throw his miserable ass in jail. Can I drop you off on my way?
Sure.
Okay.
Or you could stay and get something to eat, and I'd be glad to drive you home.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then. Thank you. I'll see you guys later.
Sure.
Bye.
I don't know if my file's clear or not, Dr. Levin, but I just can't call up Tess or Bess for you to have a chat with them just because you want me to.
I can make it happen.
How?
Hypnotherapy. If you let me hypnotize you, I could talk to Bess. Maybe she could shed some light on why she exists in the first place.
The cause of death was determined by the ME, Dr. Lord, not by me.
Because you made a wrong diagnosis instead of a right one, that baby died.
As I said.
It was negligence, and it is inexcusable. You should have at least had blood work done on the mother and on the baby. Then you could have ordered transfusions for the baby and saved its life.
I know.
Furthermore, there's no record of that baby having been brought to the NICU.
Nobody's killing Star's kid here. Unless you screw up the delivery, which you won't. No. The baby will be fine. But you are going to, after you deliver it, rush him out to me. And then you go back and then you tell Blair and Marcy and Star that I did all I could, but...
No.
Yes! You will do it. You say, I'm sorry, but the baby is dead.
The baby didn't make it to NICU in time to save her.
Because you made a misdiagnosis.
It was a first baby.
That does not change the facts.
Please, this is not helping. Do not say this is from Star, all
She
right?
could have been saved. Hope could have been saved.
Yes. If I had been a different person, she could have been saved.
Now relax every muscle and breathe deeply. Yes, that's very good. Now, let yourself retreat and let Bess step forward. I'd like to speak to Bess, please. I'm going to count to 5. When I reach 5, I want you to open your eyes and... Bess?
This is thoroughly unpleasant.
Bess?
Yes? What can I do for you, Doctor?
How are things at Norris?
All right. I mean, everyone's giving me space, which I appreciate. But Cole, you know, even though he says he's okay with me not remembering anything, we'll both go differently.
I know how this sounds, but it's true. It's going to take some time.
Well, time is all I've got. And, you too, I guess. I heard you quit the force.
Yeah.
So what's it like not working?
I'm not sure yet.
You don't know what you're going to do next?
Can't even figure out what I'm going to have for breakfast.
Well, one thing I do know is that if you hadn't found me that night, I'd be living in New Mexico with Todd.
It wouldn't have stopped me. If I hadn't found you that night and you left town, I would have come looking for you.
Vicky, I don't blame anyone but me for what happened.
This didn't just happen. You caused it. We are responsible for ourselves, something you've never learned.
You know, I almost got there. I almost fell in love. I almost got to raise my kids. I always just miss out in the end.
Because you ruin it.
And you all say you love me. But you love me with qualifications. Marty doesn't. She saw that I could care about someone other than myself.
I don't even know how you could think
I
that.
took care of her, and I helped her get well. And that's all she saw.
That's all you let her see.
So what? She didn't see the past. She saw me now. And it was like a miracle. I mean, I had lost everything. There she was.
So you used her.
No, I loved her.
Todd, constructing your own reality and then lying to people to preserve it is not what I would call an act of love.
It was to me.
Yeah, well, it's always about you, isn't it? You're a narcissistic bastard, and I will never, ever forgive you for standing by and just watching while my daughter self-destructed. Never.
It's nice to meet you, Bess.
Can't say the same thing about you, Doctor.
You don't come out to the real world very often.
I follow Tess when she wreaks havoc. I mop up when I can.
Do you always come out after a visit from Tess?
I only come out when it's absolutely necessary. I'm not looking for recognition. I'm looking for order.
What would you consider worthy of absolute necessity?
It's my job to take care of Jessica no matter what. She's been through so much. I can't let her know that her baby died. We kill her and we can't have that. That's why you're here. To replace her baby. To give Jessica hope. This is a pointless conversation, Doctor.
And why is that?
Because it is. And so is having Jessica in this hospital. She doesn't belong here. She belongs at home with her family.
I hope you realize your career is now over. I'm going to the board. I'm going to make sure you lose your license to practice.
I mean it. Please stop this. It's not helping.
I have instructed the morgue to release Hope's body so that you can give her a proper funeral.
Thank you.
Don't you, for a moment, think that you did anything wrong. You're a model patient. I have a my own, who I love more than life itself. I cannot even imagine the pain you must all be feeling. I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Come on, baby. Let's go. So I'm guessing this isn't the first time we've been in a restaurant together.
No,
Probably the first time I feel like you're sitting with a ghost.
I don't see you that way. I hate that you've had to suffer through this.
I believe you.
Have you guys decided?
Yes. I would like a BLT, please. And for reasons I don't really understand. I would like the bacon well done, the toast light, and some extra mayo on the side, please.
I'll have the same thing. Sounded good.
I don't know where that came from. I know this is just a diner, but I'm a little bit sensory overload.
Manny never let you go anywhere?
Once. Took me for a drive in the country. No one was there, of course. I didn't really know the reason, but just thought he was being romantic. Yeah, after that day, I thought, I don't need anyone or anything but Todd.
Vicky, I wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
But you hurt everyone.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I've lost everything.
The only thing that would make me feel better right now is thinking maybe you'd learned something from this. That you had maybe developed a conscience, or decided to become a responsible father, uncle, brother, whatever. But I'm damn sure that's not going to happen.
I am sorry.
You are our father's son.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. Dr. Joplin is the best obstetrician at that hospital. I mean, nobody is perfect, but she is damn close.
Hope I had a chance. She didn't like she had a good one. And she never got it. She never got it.
Honey, I'm so sorry.
I just don't know how this happened, Michael. How does this happen?
That baby is going home to a house filled with people who will love her.
Without her parents.
Her mother will come home to her.
I know. You know, I'm sorry.
Look, don't be, okay? And let's just try to be grateful for what has come out of this tragedy. One beautiful little girl.
You're right.
And I will let you laugh at me when I change your diapers for the first time.
You promise?
Yeah.
Hey, are you all right?
Yeah. I just saw Todd.
Oh, how did that go?
I said what I needed to say, not that it made any difference. Anyway, Chloe's doctor called me. She's fine, and I can take her home today.
That's great. Well, I'll run out to the car and get the car seat.
Thank you.
She is one beautiful little girl.
Yeah. I cannot stop thinking about Star. She had a perfectly normal pregnancy, and yet her baby died. And this child, who was born in probably the worst possible circumstances, made it and is thriving. Life is so strange sometimes.
Now we know everything. Now we can take care of you. Why didn't someone take care of Hope?
All right, let's get out of here. If I see that woman one more time, I'm really going to lose my temper.
Well, we wouldn't want that, now would we?
Honey, are you all right? Did you eat today?
I'm not hungry at all.
You got to keep your strength up.
Mom, I want to be alone. Star, now. Please. I'm sorry, but I don't want to go to a restaurant and talk about this. I just want to think.
I don't think you should be alone at a time like this.
Please. Listen. You call me. You call me, you text me if you need me for anything, all right? And what were you thinking? Going after Dr. Joplin in there in front of Marcy and
That
Star?
woman assumed that because it was Star's first pregnancy, there couldn't be...
Okay, I heard enough in there. Okay,
She assumed.
Stop. Why don't you take me to lunch before I say something I might regret to you?
Fine.
Fine.
We better not run into Todd, because the mood I'm in, I'm going to say a bunch of things that I will not regret.
What?
Just making sure you didn't go out the window.
Everything is fine. The baby is healthy. Tess is gone. So Jessica can go and take care of her children.
I can't allow Jessica to care for herself or her children until she is much, much stronger than she is, Bess.
You mean integration, don't you?
Yes.
Highly overrated state of mind. As long as Tess is under control, which she is, there's no problem.
It's not that simple. I think you know that. Also, integration is highly overrated. Because when it happens, you cease to exist.
This works for us. It always has. Don't get in the way of progress.
Can I tell you what I think?
I prefer not.
I think you're the one holding up the successful integration of the three of you. You didn't hold it up before. So my question is, this time, are the stakes higher?
Do you have a point?
Do you have something to hide?
Isn't that what they call psychobabble?
You're avoiding answering my question, Bess.
Because I don't want to be here, I've told you that.
Then maybe I should talk to Tess.
Do you think she'd be more in favor of integration than I am?
No, but maybe she'll tell me what you won't. Maybe Tess can fill in the blanks.
No. I fill in the blanks. I protect Jessica from Tess. And from knowledge that will destroy her.
Which is what?
That's it. This ends now.
What are you protecting Jessica from, Bess? What happened that you're so desperate to hide?
Can't seem to have a conversation without talking about Todd.
That'll change.
You're a pretty simple thinker, aren't you?
I think you mean that as a compliment.
It did come out kind of wrong, didn't
Yes,
it?
it did. It came out completely wrong.
I know. And Vicky?
Oh, Star. Oh, baby. I can't tell you how sorry I am about your baby.
I got these at the gift shop. I know they're kind of late. Were they for, sweetheart? For Jessica.
Jessie's actually not here anymore. They took her to St. Anne's, where she's going to get the help she needs. And I'm actually going to take her baby home today.
Okay, well then, these are for you then.
Thank you. They're not lame.
Which one is your granddaughter?
Maybe I'm talking to the wrong altar.
I don't have to answer any of your questions. I'm not the one that committed herself.
Is that it? I am talking to the wrong altar?
Yes. Talk to Jessica. Tell her you're sending her home. I've already handled the situation, and you are interfering.
I want to speak to Tess.
Out of the question.
I'm afraid you don't have much say in the matter. I'm in control here.
No one controls me, Dr. Lemon.
I do. Now?
Can't control anything, Mike.
No one can.
No, what I mean is I can't can't control myself. And I don't know what to do now. What do I do?
I think the best thing that we can do is to plan a funeral for your daughter.
This first little one, that's Chloe. It's Jesse's little girl.
She's perfect.
Hello, Tess.
You listen to me. What are you doing about the fact that they gave Jessica the wrong baby?
Makeup. I need a lot more than Mr. Pretty up there.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next One Life to Live.
On the next One Life to Live.
I need to know what happened to my baby.
I want to speak to Jessica now.
Jessica gave birth to a beautiful, healthy baby girl.
I know why she died.
What is going on between you and Marty?